Excuse me, do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly, it's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. To just jump into that controversy right there, and probably we will talk about that later as well, but let's just touch on it right there. Because a lot of people are saying that, oh, look at Apple trying to, again, conspiracy theories, right? Look at Apple trying to get people to upgrade and withhold certain features for the A12Z, even though the A12Z was in the Max, the Mac Mini as a dev kit for people to build apps for and whatever. So we should all just calm down, just a touch, okay? We should all just calm down because what's happening here is that the M1 has a certain amount of power. And we're talking about running about 8 apps at the same time on one screen, right? And these could be very powerful apps like Adobe Photoshop, you have Lightroom, you have iMovie. You could run these apps at the same time on the same screen. Now, the A12Z in the iPad has 6 gigabytes of RAM, okay? So let's just dissect that for a little bit. If you want to do all that, that's just not going to work. And I know a lot of people are going to say, like, okay, let's just put a limitation on it. Let's just say on the A12Z, you can only do 4 apps at the same time. Well, you can already do that with the current set of features that are available on iPad OS. So, yes, you might not have windowing at the exact same way as Stage Manager does, but you can already run 4 apps at the same time. It's just, it works a little bit differently. And for the people that are constantly making that stupid-ass, dumb-ass comparison with a chip that was in a Mac Mini, first of all, we're talking about a 6 gigabyte of RAM chip versus a 16 gigabytes of RAM chip, okay? So let's just stop joking around, right? Let's just stop joking around and let's just call this as it is. This is a limitation that has been put in there because otherwise you little shits are going to complain about it not being powerful enough to handle it properly. And then again, you're going to get even more conspiracy theories that Apple is trying to get people to upgrade by, how do you say that? By knowingly and purposefully tuning down everyone's Stage Manager on the older iPads, right? So they can only do this wrong. And at least this now is going to blow over because a lot of people are at some point going to forget about this. But if they would have released it on the older iPads, then every single day you would have been reminded of the fact that it doesn't work the way you want it to work because it's it's a 6 gigabyte of RAM chip and it potentially can run 8 powerful apps at the same time, right? On one screen. So let's relax. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Because for the most part, I feel like for a lot of people, what they're going to say is like, Apple just wants us to upgrade. Apple just wants this. Apple just wants that. No, dude. The feature right now won't work on your iPad. Done. It's the same thing as this whole controversy on the iPhone 7. Like, oh, the update is not coming to the iPhone 7, so they just want us to upgrade to the iPhone 8. First of all, you can get the iPhone 8 for like $180, and Apple won't get a nickel of that sale right now because they don't sell it right now. So if you get it like refurbished or someone still has it somewhere, Apple is not getting a nickel from that purchase there. So you can get that for $180 and you're still good for another year. And second, the iPhone 7, because like one of the complaints is that an iPad with the exact same chip still gets the update. The iPhone 7, the iPhone as a whole is the device, the only device, the exclusive device in the Apple ecosystem that is literally connecting the entire ecosystem. So if you notice at the event, after iOS 16, the whole update, it flew over into ecosystem. So if you go to YouTube right now, wait, let me actually fucking do that right now before people start complaining about shit. if you go to the event right now, Jesus Christ, can't even type. I have too much food on my desk. DC. Okay, let's do that. So let's go to DC, and let's just see what happens here. Ecosystem. Oh, isn't that great? And what do we see here? Let me just mute this real quick before I get copyright struck. Oh, that's great. Let's just do the okay. So, that's all iPhone in it. That's all iPhone. Oh, that's crazy. Ain't that crazy? Oh shit. So, do you mean that the iPhone connects the entire ecosystem, and if they want to dumb down anything on the iPhone too much, right? At some point, it's going to hit a threshold. It's going to be a domino effect. So they will have to reduce all functionality on, for example, CarPlay or maybe even Google Home, HomeKit. What the fuck? Maybe even Google Home. I don't know. With Matter, right? With Matter, they all connect together. Anyways, I don't even know what's going on here. They might even have to change everything on HomeKit. I don't know how far that goes. Because of how incapable the iPhone 7 right now is of running all this, right? This is all still the iOS section. And people don't understand that. Like, this is not... they're not fucking around here. And if you look at... this goes even deeper. I can show you iPad HomeKit Hub. If I'm not mistaken, they actually dropped let me see if I can find that. Yeah, so here you go. iPads can no longer be used as HomeKit hubs, starting with iOS, or actually iPadOS 16. Which proves my point. It just proves my point in a way that I don't really understand why people don't get this, right? The iPad is handling, especially without Stage Manager, right? Which is what the older iPad with the same chip as the iPhone 7. I don't think I can completely remember. It's the iPad Gen 9, something like that. It has the same chip and the same RAM, but it has to handle way less in terms of ecosystem, maybe even other apps. Like the iOS update was way more intense than the iPadOS update. So you have to understand that chip might have way less pressure on it, and the threshold of removing features to get it to work on that iPad might have been way lower, because without Stage Manager, I feel like what has been added to the iPad is the weather app. I actually can't remember, but the weather app and some other features that I don't know. I feel like my head was completely filled with the Stage Manager feature, right? So what I'm trying to say is, like, this update was way more intense for the iPhone. And you can say, well, Apple can just remove these features, but then you get the exact same conspiracy theories of like, oh, Apple just removed almost every single feature from the iOS 16 update, so why bother? You just want us to upgrade anyway. So you know what I'm getting at. This is just the exact same bullshit every single year, because people just don't understand that we are living in a tech space that is just going so fast that making it possible to work every single year on 5, 6, 7-year-old hardware is not possible. It is no longer possible. And Apple promises in some way that it will take like 5 years or something like that. I'm not sure if that is an official promise, by the way, but they do have this, at least, let's say, reputation of keeping these devices in the loop for way longer. And what I don't really understand is why people are so mad, because your phone, when did the iPhone 7 come out? Let me see. iPhone. When did it come out? This is so annoying. Where is it? Did I see Wikipedia right now? 2016, right? 2016. That's 6 years ago. About 6 years, 5.5 years ago, when this when iOS will release, iOS 16, it will be 6 years ago. So 5 years is is quite good, and you still got security updates. So I'm just saying, this is wild to me, because if you compare it with every other industry standard, like especially Android, but again, all the other industry standards, it blows my mind, because it's not as good as what Apple is offering, and it's far like I feel like Samsung only offers security updates for 5 years, and they promise feature updates, feature software updates, like the actual Android update, for 3 years, if max, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. This is just it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Anyways, let's just continue with the article, because I feel like I'm just ranting on about a lot of shit.